An Ottawa City Councillor says there needs to be more transparency on the state of the city's bus fleet. This comes as the city falls well behind its electric bus rollout targets. Let's bring in Beacon Hill Cedarville Councillor Tim Tierney with more on this. Good morning to you, my friend.
Good morning. Well, thanks for having me on today.
It's so great, especially with everything going on. And I want to start with, what was the target? And at this point right now, how far behind are we from hitting that target?
Yeah, this is the growing concern we all have. So every time on the weekend, for example, we saw a bus catch fire, that's one more bus gone. We saw one break down, one more bus gone. We were supposed to be at 106 electric buses at this point. Currently, we're only at 36. So you can see as the fleets fall off, there's great concern. And I do want to give a tip of the hat to our chair of Transit Commission, which is Glenn Gower. He does a terrific job. Troy Charter, the whole gang. They are very reactive since we've had a change in GM. Things have been going very well, very transparent. And when I asked them to put up the e-bus numbers last year, back in June, it showed like 30. Now we're at only 36. I would like to see the same thing with our diesel bus fleet because, of course, it's a plus-minus game, and we're seeing a lot more minuses than pluses. And I think that's something on a monthly base, having that available for the public to see is very important, as well as council for decisions to be made.
Yeah, because that's obviously heading in more of a positive direction. So that's something that you would like to see in the future is a little bit more transparency and communication between the organization and the councillors?
Yeah, it helps us explain the story. Plus, now that I think there's going to be a lot more discussions around where do we go. And this isn't exclusive to Ottawa, by the way. This is happening across the country where manufacturing can't keep up with the demand for electric vehicles. We got to hedge a little more. We got to be less, I would say, leading edge and more practical at this point about the delivery of these buses. Not to say we're going to break away from it. I think it's very important. At the same time, we need buses to drive people around. Otherwise, soon you're going to have to start driving people around for me, well, because we're running out of buses.
Yeah, and my schedule is real early, so I don't know if that's going to work with many people.
That's right.
You know, we do have a lot of frustrated OC Transpo riders with the buses, with cancellations. We saw the numbers, 700 to 800 cancellations in one day.
Yeah.
What would you like to see moving forward to avoid so many people here in the city having to deal with those cancellations?
Yeah, first of all, I think they are really protecting the core routes. I think that's very important. But I have a lot of people with its schools, for example, because we do contract OC to schools. All these ones are having the challenges, and that's not good. We are really needing the East End extension online. I know that they say by April 1st it'll be delivered, so we're hopeful that will help get a lot of our inventory back into stock because you need less buses when we get that extension going. We want it in the East. We're hoping this will be the actual delivery of it this time. I'm not taking any bets at this point, but I'm feeling more confident that we're getting there.
Yeah, and especially, over the years of keep having that East line be delayed and delayed, it does look like we're getting a little bit more promise on that. And you think that that will ease some of that tension if it does hit the target time?
Absolutely, because again, unlike a bus, the train must continue running or try to keep running. And with that, those trains can keep running, people can get to those stations. But again, if you don't have buses to get to the stations, that is a big challenge.
I love to hear that. And Tim, I do have you here today. I just have to ask you outside of the bus route, it's an election year. You've been a little bit quiet. Any news or something that you're thinking about throughout the year?
Oh, wow, I wasn't expecting that. But again, at this point, we're not in the election cycle. I prefer to focus on governing for the people of Beacon Hill Cedarville. I'll continue to do that. And when the time is right, that's when we come and make our declarations. But again, I want to focus on business. That's what I'm here for. And later on, we'll chat.
Well, I love that because you're doing such a great job in this sector, and I love that you're coming in on such an important issue here. So many people really frustrated about this bus situation, so glad to hear once again you're helping our community.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much, Will.
Thanks, Tim.